as we fast approach the transfer window, the January transfer window, that is, we need to see our new recruits that we got in the summer performing before we decide whether we need anybody else in that winter transfer window. Today, we need to pull our socks up and do something in the Premier League to assert ourselves at the top of the table. And we also need a win in the Champions League phase, because otherwise we're going to miss out. Hello, and it's a huge welcome to Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, we have two games for you, as usual. First up, our rivals, our London derby rivals, Tottenham in the Premier League. And then we have a Champions League phase match against Sevilla. It's match day 6 in that competition, and we desperately need a win. We're sort of just outside of the top 8. It's all very close at the top, but a win in this one and our next game will set us reasonably okay, because our final game is against Borussia Dortmund, which will be a little bit daunting. Since you were last with us, we have played one game and one game only. Paris Saint-Germain and Burnley in the last game. That 1-0 loss against Paris Saint-Germain, and then a 3-0 win against Burnley at Turf Moor. And Matthias Tell a minute into injury time at the end of the first half. Mason Mount from the penalty spot after 78. And Otavio very, very late in the game, 3 minutes into injury time at the end of the second half, giving us a comprehensive 3-0 win. And that's very good, that was too. And Karnasechi, 7.8 there against Burnley. I don't think he played against Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't. It was Mendy, and he had a 7.5. And then we have played Liverpool at home, and we drew 0-0 with Liverpool, which in the scheme of things isn't too bad. Karnasechi getting a 7.1. He definitely kept us in the game, but a man of the match performance from Alisson really thwarted us, as you'll see. We had 20 shots, 9 of which were on target, nearly 50%. We should have won that game wholeheartedly, but came up with nothing. But I think in recent history, if you look at the history, we've played them 2, 4, 6, 8 times in this series, only beaten them twice. So I suppose in the scheme of things, it was a bit of a tall order, but a draw probably was a reasonable result. Having said that, though, the last twice that we've beaten them have both been at Stamford Bridge, a 4-3 and a 2-1. Very close game, always close, apart from that game, that 6-0 loss to them at Anfield. But we'll have to play them at Anfield at some point in the series, no doubt. That will come up in the not too distant future. But for now, that was the result, a 0-0 draw against them. And as I say, Karnasechi having a reasonable game, all told. Right, where does that leave us? That leaves us with today's episode. We have the home match against Tottenham, and we are away to Sevilla, away at the Estadio Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, and that's that's where they play, and we'll be facing them in match day 6 of the league phase, and will leave us with 2 games in the end of January: Montfaveur and Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund. Our final 2 games, game day 7 and game day 8. Currently, if you look at the Champions League table, the top 8, as I've said before, go through to the round of 16 automatically. The next 16 teams play off for the final 8 places in that round of 16. And we are currently 10th, 1 point behind Barcelona, Lyon and Inter, with Sevilla, who are really tucked in behind us. So they haven't lost yet. We've lost 2 games. We've lost to Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid. They've drawn against Brøndby, Lyon and Benfica. So they've beaten Dortmund and they've beaten Porto. So maybe we shouldn't be too worried about Dortmund. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's happening with that. So a win with that, and we're playing Montpellier, who are 36th. They've lost all their games. In fact, they haven't. They've drawn one. They drew that against Bâle. So we do need definitely to get a result if we can in the Champions League match today. Premier League wise, that draw against Liverpool didn't do us any damage, as you will see. In fact, I want to go back. I'm going to go to this screen because this was the last round of games, as you will see, and that 0-0 draw against Liverpool. But everybody played 14 games now. Liverpool in second on 29. Manchester City dropped down to third on 29. Manchester City, they lost 1-0 to Middlesbrough, would you believe? So that's what's put a dent in them. So we're 3 points clear of Liverpool and Manchester City, who are equal on goal difference at the minute. So it makes today's match even more enticing. Tottenham, as you will see, down in 7th place. They lost 2-0 to Brentford. Ivan Toney and Joshua Da Silva. The scorer, Ivan Toney, just been announced as being in the England squad for the up-and-coming internationals here in real life. But so he's doing very well in that. But Tottenham taking a knock against Brentford. So hopefully they will feel a little bit damaged as they come to us today at Stamford Bridge. Right, nothing else happening at the moment. I think it's high time we got into the episode, into our first game of the episode, which is that local derby against Tottenham. And this is the team that will face Tottenham. Jarren Timber is out on suspension due to the fact that he's picked up too many yellow cards. So he's out on suspension, but we should also note that Eric Garcia, Declan Rice and Cucurella are all one yellow card away from a suspension. So we need to be very careful, or they need to be very careful today. Very interesting, actually. If we look at Tottenham's recent results, they beat Newcastle 3-2. Since then, they've lost 1-0 to Manchester City, 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen, and a 2-2 draw against Arsenal. In fact, and then a 2-0 loss against Brentford. I just realised that the bottom ones were missing. So there we go. That's what we do today. And as you'll see, previous results against them, because we didn't look at this, beat them last time out in the Premier League 1-0, lost 2-1 on the game before that, then a 2-0, a 0-2. So head to head, we've played them 5 times, won 3 and lost once. I think out of those, one of those must have been a draw as well. Well, it was, because there is the draw. So that's out of the 5 times, 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. So it's hopefully bodes quite well today. Anyway, the team is Karnaseshi in goal, because he's been playing very, very well. Mendy on the bench. Chilwell, Koulibaly, Fofana and Garcia is our defensive line. Rice and Kante playing as the defensive midfielders. Mount on the central midfielder. Rodrigo on the left. Koeman on the right. Havertz up front, despite him playing pretty poorly against Liverpool. And then on the bench, as aforementioned, Mendy, Cucurella, Savic, Barbosa, Fernandes, Otavio, Kovacic, Xhaka and Tell. And this is how the two teams line up. And it's Luciano Spalletti is the manager at Tottenham in game, and in their team today, Luis Jr., not Loris, in goal. Davis, Romero, Dyer and Spence is their back line. Barrios is the defensive midfielder. Hodgberg and Bissouma are in central midfield, with Son and Malcolm are the wide players, with Taremi up front. No sign of Harry Kane even on the bench, but the bench is Loris, Udige, Richarlison, Scarlett, Divine, Dorrington, Christodoulio, Angelino and McKnight. They're all on the bench for today's match. And, well, let's see how we get on. First highlight, 27 minutes on the clock. Havertz hits the woodwork from a free kick. Mount with a free kick, 37 minutes on the clock. It's headed in, but saved by Junior. Highlight continues. Junior, long ball out. Chilwell heads it down. Rice, Rodrigo. And sorted it out in the end. Garcia comes forward. Koeman, Kante on the overlap. Kante into the area. He's lost the ball, though. It's pretty poor. Rodrigo wins it back. Chilwell crosses it in. And Havertz is back on scoring form. I think he might have been offside, to be fair. He looked like he was offside. VAR will check it. No, it's not. He wasn't. I take that back. Apologies to Kai Havertz. No, he was onside when that ball was played. We'll see the line now as the ball. Here we go. No, definitely onside. And a splendid first half. 8 shots, 5 on target, a 1.08 on the XG, 48% of the possession. That's the only thing we're short of. Tottenham have had 2 shots, nothing on target, 0.09, 52% of the possession. We're going to be happy with that. I think that's a good first half. And Ben Chilwell's having a great game so far. Koulibaly not so much, but hopefully he will find form in the second half. And with 64 minutes on the clock, no highlights so far, but we have brought off Declan Rice for Mateo Kovacic, and Mason Mount has also come off, and we've brought Enzo Fernandez on for him. And with 76 minutes on the clock, they've made some changes. We're going to make some changes. Our usual Ben Chilwell is off for Mark Cucurella, and we've also brought off Kai Havertz, who is tiring and has had a reasonable game and got a goal, the goal that puts us in the lead. Gabriel Barbosa is on for him. We've got one more change to make. We'll make that very shortly. And having just conceded that goal, and with 84 minutes on the clock, we make our final change. Rodrigo comes off, and we put on Mateus Tel. Barbosa has gone out to the right-hand side. He is actually a striker on advance forward, but can play in that position as well. Koeman prefers to be an inside forward on that. Oh, inverted winger, sorry, on that left. So we'll put him as the inverted winger. And we've moved Mateus Tel up front. We really need something, boys. I just don't think we've got it in the tank, though. That's the only trouble. And a free kick. Kovacic with a free kick. Fofana! Highlight from kickoff, or from the re-kick. And it's headed down. Not going to concede again, are we? Oh, no. Fofana Koeman, who's picked up an injury. It's through. Matthias Tell, can he write this off? And it's all over. I was offside, I think. Oh, no. And I think that's going to be time. Referee's checked his watch. Dyer killing time here. And it is all over. It's a 1-1 draw. We've dropped 2 points, and that's not good. We needed a win. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. 17 shots, 7 on target. Virtually 50%. 1.59, 51% of the possession. Really should have put more of those away. They have 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.36, 49% of the possession. Dropped points. And we can't really tell a lot by this because we were on the early game. And as you will see, it's 4 points clear of Liverpool and Manchester City. So theoretically, we will stay in front of them. But it might be down to a point by the end of this thing. We'll come back in just a moment and see what the other results are for today. Well, with the other matches played, Manchester City have just lost their 3rd game in a row. Even though Haaland and Horta scored, they lost 3-2 to Arsenal. Tomiyasu, Odegaard and Martinelli in that one. And then Liverpool picked up a 3-1 win against Middlesbrough. Elliott, Salah and Cavanda, the scorers for Liverpool. So Liverpool now in 2nd place, 1 point behind us with a slightly better goal difference. So we need to get a result in our next league match. Manchester City down in 3rd on 29, so we're still 4 points clear of them. 5 points clear of Wolves. 6 points clear of Newcastle. 8 points clear of Tottenham and Everton and Arsenal and Manchester United, all the way down there. Bournemouth, Blackburn and Burnley. The 3 that came up still in that bottom 3, fighting, Bournemouth trying to fight their way out. In fact, how did Bournemouth get on? They drew 0-0 with Aston Villa. Blackburn lost 3-0 to Fulham, and Burnley don't think played. No, they've only played 14 games. They've got they're obviously playing on Sunday. So that is how the day's results have happened. We'll obviously come back and check in on the league table before we finish the episode up, which takes us to the 2nd game of the episode. It is a Champions League phase match. Drawn the last 2 matches now. We need to sort ourselves out. This 2 deep midfielder seems to have been going a bit wonky. And Liverpool, Tottenham are certainly equal to it on the last one, albeit we still had the majority. If you look at the stats here, 20 shots, 9 on target. They're 5 and 3. It's just they're hitting us on the break for some reason. We need to sort ourselves out. Sevilla is up next. And this is the side that will face Sevilla in this Champions League phase match 6. And we've rung the changes a little bit from the side that lost, well, not lost, but drew with Tottenham Hotspur. It's Mendy in goal, Chilwell, Koulibaly, Fofana, Timber back from his suspension on the right-hand side of defence. Kante as the defensive midfielder. We've gone with 1 defensive midfielder, 2 central midfielders. Rice as the deep line playmaker. Savic as the Mazzala. Rodrigo and Sterling are wide players behind Havertz. Up front on the bench, it's Karnacheski, Garcia, Otavio, Tell, Cucurella, Fernandez, Barbosa, James, Mount, Koeman, Xhaka and Kovacic. And as it's Champions League, we get the Champions League screens. Sevilla playing a 4-2-3-1. We're playing our 4-1-2-2-1. As the teams come out onto the pitch, Sevilla playing in all white, playing in blue shirts, white shorts. Our first highlight, 25 minutes in, near enough. And Sterling getting the ball. Rice wins it. Rice goes into the area as a shot. It's taken a deflection and the goalkeeper collects. And that was the only highlight of the half. We've picked up 2 yellow cards for Farner and Savic. Picking up yellow cards. 12 shots, 4 on target, 1.42, 42% of the possession. It's the age-old story. What are we going to do? Sevilla, 2 shots, none on target, 0.03, 58% of the possession. It begs the question, why have we not had any more goals or had any goals? We've only hit the target 4 times, but goodness sake. And we have early highlights as Sevilla come forward. And we need to thwart this attack very quickly. And we haven't. And, what do we do? Ocampos getting his 10th of the season. And give him stacks of room. And Mendy wasn't getting there. We have a throw-in on that far side. Timber to Savic. Havertz back out to Timber. Timber crosses it in. It's cleared though. And again, we're not... we've lost the ball and it looks a bit worrying. Kullaby cuts that out though. Chilwell. Sterling. He's been cool. Chilwell heads that down to Rodrigo. Good job. Chilwell's playing okay at the minute. Rodrigo. Can he get anything? He can get it in the box. And Savic puts it away. Makes it 1-1. And back on it, level terms. After 57 minutes, Rodrigo doing lots of work. Cross it in. And Savic putting it away. Throwing on that far side again. Timber finds Sterling. Sterling, it was a block shot. Sterling has a second go. Havertz, it's come back off the woodwork and we're going to be unlucky. And a question of penalty, actually. It is a penalty, but I want to see what actually happened because it all happened. You don't get the replay. I'm sure, you know, when you get a penalty, you want to be able to see what actually happens. Right, let's see it again. Ball comes in. Rice is there. It's Sterling heads it back in again. Havertz goes up for it, heads it against the crossbar. It comes back off the cross. Oh, comes back off the crossbar, and that's where the penalty is. Havertz is failed as he tries to get to that ball to put it away, and Massa. And obviously VAR was saying yes to the penalty. Not yes to the dress, but yes to the penalty. Havertz then. Can he add to... Oh, it's a poor penalty as well. But Havertz has won it back. And he's been failed again. No penalty this time, though. Poor penalty from Havertz. And that's about the form he's on at the minute. And with 67 minutes on the clock, we're making that one change. Kai Havertz is having a poor game, and he's even more poor now. He's missed that penalty. Barbosa is on for him. That's our first and only change at the moment. And you come back at 75 minutes. Kante has picked up an injury, a potential groin injury, which is bad news. And we're going to replace him with Mason Mount. Is that a good move? Tempted to change him Mason Mount and then change Mason Mount and Savic around. We'll do that. I think we're going to make him more attacking. Change our attacking impetus a little bit. Savic as a ball-winning midfielder. Who else is tired? Declan Rice is tired. We'll take him off and we'll bring Kovacic on for him. A good swap. And while we're at it, we'll make some more changes. Rodrigo is tired. He can come off and Matthias Tell can come in on that left-hand side. And I'm also going to take Sterling off and bring on Otavio, who has not been bad of late. And we'll play him as an inverted winger. What is his preferred position? He likes playing on the left as a wide playmaker. Right, Matthias Tell we're going to make it as inverted winger because it says he's best as that. Otavio, we will bring him on as an inside forward, I think, on attack. Right, that's our changes then. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that is all the changes that we can make. And let's see if we can go and get that win. We have a corner. Mount with the corner. Swings it in. It's headed back out. Mount looked like he was still off the field there. Chilwell picks it up in defence. Can we make a last ditch? We are in injury time. Yes! Barbosa gets his third goal of the season and we may have snuck a win 3 minutes into injury time in this second half. And Chilwell, I don't know what he's doing on that side of the pitch. Oh, yeah, it is his side of the pitch. And a lovely ball in. What an assist. And a perfect ball for Barbosa. Timber with a throw in. Just change that to positive before he makes the throw in. To Mount, to Timber. Savic over the top. Barbosa is in again. And Barbosa gets his second of the game. His fourth of the season. And what a change that's been. Maybe Havertz, maybe we need to start Barbosa in the next game and give Havertz a bit of a rest on the bench or even out of the team, full stop, I think. And make him realise he's got to pick his ideas up. And it's all over. And we made that look easy. If you don't mind, it was 1-1 up to 3 minutes in injury time. We scored 2 goals deep in injury time. 93 minutes and 95 minutes. Both goals from the substitutes, Gabriel Barbosa and, Savic having a great game. In fact, did he have a man of the match game? Savic, I'm not sure. Looks awfully like it. No, it was actually Barbosa picked up a man of the player of the match. He hadn't been on for very long. 69 minutes he came on. Played about 20 minutes and he's got 2 goals to take us pretty much, I would say, on a good trajectory going into the last 2 games of the league phase. Let's go and have a look and see what that's done to the table. It was late. 21 shots, 9 on target, 3.65, 43% of the possession. They had 6 shots, 2 on target, 0.16, 57% of the possession. We snuck a win. Whew. We still need a win in our next game in this Champions League if we are to avoid any trouble going into it. We are on 12 points, 7th in the table. It's not enough. I know we've got a goal difference, got the best goal difference in the competition, 11. But we still need, I would say, we need 3 points in the next one, really, to make sure there's a gap below us of at least 3 points. We've got one of them. We need a win against Molfaveur. Hopefully we can do that. And a sort of fairly good scoreline as well to eat into that. At least we've knocked down here because that's 3 points away from this now, which with only 2 games left to go is quite a tall order, really. So we definitely need to be in a good position going into the final game of the competition, or certainly the league phase of the competition. Right. There we go then. That is how it has panned out. Kante is going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. We'll leave him to the physio, shall we? Right, we're going to have the draw now for the third round of the FA Cup. And that will tell us what's coming up in the next episode. And let's have the draw for the third round of the FA Cup then, and see who we're going to play in a future episode. And everybody in, let's get underway. Newport County first out, and they will play Luton Town. Leicester will play Blackburn. Peterborough will play Huddersfield. Sorry, that was a bit quick. Charlton will play Brentford. Wrexham will play Reading. Bristol City, they're at home to Arsenal. That's a big match for them in the third round of the FA Cup. Oxford United will play West Ham. Tottenham will play West Brom. Just our luck that we'd have drawn them again this time at the thing. Swansea or Cambridge United will play Birmingham. Shrewsbury or Wickham will play Manchester United. Good match for them. And at home, Aston Villa will play Newcastle on all Premier League match. Southampton will play Crawley Town. Cardiff City will play Bradford City. Hull City will play Forest Green or Salford. Everton will play Sunderland. Norwich will play Liverpool on another all Premier League game. Preston will play Coventry. Bolton will play Wigan, an all Northwest derby there, just down the road from one another. And we're out. Chelsea, we are at home at Stamford Bridge playing AFC Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon. That's how the draw has come out. I will draw the rest now, and we'll go to the end. Advance. There we go. There's the full draw. Chelsea will play Wimbledon. Wimbledon of League Two at Stamford Bridge. And I'll just pull that down for you. You can see the rest of the draw. So let's go and have a look how that affects the schedule. Well, actually, I'll tell a lie. It's not going to tell us what's coming up in the next episode because the next episode will be Northampton and Brighton. It's the Caribou Cup quarter-final where it's our opportunity. Obviously, we've won this competition for the last 2 seasons. Can we go on and win it again? And then, of course, the FA Cup third round, defending champions in that one as well. So we need to get off to a good start. And as we know, we've got Wimbledon in our opening match. That's a future episode. So what I'm looking at is Northampton and Brighton in the next episode. The EFL Cup quarter-final and a Premier League match against Brighton, and then we'll be playing Leicester, Blackburn, Bournemouth, Southampton offline. In fact, it might be Leicester, Blackburn, Bournemouth, Southampton. Yeah. And then it will be Arsenal, Wimbledon in in one episode, Manchester United and Favre in the next episode, and then Everton, Dortmund in the episode after that, and then we'll see how everything pans out therein. So, and that will also take us to the end of the transfer window, and we'll see if we've got rid of anybody or brought anybody in at that point as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with everything that's going on this channel when episodes are released, when new series are released, and so on and so forth, is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. Link is just down there. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It will be episode 56. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, I wish you a very good weekend. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.